Hello everyone and welcome back. I'm just out here in the upper garage. I don't get in here too often, and I have a new series going to start on Northern Seclusion channel here when I get down to Louisiana. And years ago, it's probably been, I bet it's been 12 years, I used to polish rocks all the time, and I do have rock polishers and just haven't done it for years, and I used to love doing that. And now in the wintertime, you don't want to really put it in the house because it makes so much noise and it's cold here. I have time to do it now, or I will, and during the winter, but to put it outside, it's just going to freeze. So I'm going to bring this down to Louisiana, put it under the carport where it's outside, and we're going to polish some rocks. So I'm just looking through all the boxes. That box up there has every set of antlers from deer that I've shot my whole entire life, except for I've got, I don't know, 3, 4, maybe 5 of them on the mantle above the fireplace downstairs. Otherwise, every one of them is in there. I think that box right there is the rock tumbler box. It's definitely the box. Let's bring this downstairs. I know I've got my rock polishes in there, but I don't know if I had anything else. So let's go inside and take a look. Okay, so this is my first tumbler I ever had, my Northen 3-pound tumbler. If I remember right, this one does not work that good. It's had so many loads of rocks through it that it definitely paid for itself. Oh, I do have tumbling instructions and tumbling book. Look at that old tumbler there. Wow. And this thing here, I don't even know. I remember it used to sit in the garage with little things you can do with rocks. I can't even remember where I got this from, but I know that I've had things like this for if you wanted to do jewelry with the rocks and stuff, and I never really wanted to get into that, but the kids thought about it for a while. But in here now, this is my 12-pound tumbler. This is a beauty. This really can tumble a lot of rocks and get them polished. Alright, so I brought it down here. I remember now with this one here, I think I need new plastic on those bottom metal rails. Both of these should spin. You can do one or the other. Just this one, just a 6-pound, or you can do the 12. These rubber pieces that go on this metal shafts here, you get indented down in and just kind of squished. I even have taken sandpaper and went over them, but I still can't get that to roll smooth. So I'm going to see about getting new ones. This is it was a real common, so hopefully I can still get parts for this. I'm going to look at a new bearing, because if I don't have any pull, if you have pressure on it, which you would have with the rocks, you wouldn't have any noise, but if you pull this, I'm going to look online and I'm going to get the little couple parts that I need there. So this thing is working good, because it'll be at least 3 weeks till I'm back down in Louisiana. Just when I was down in Louisiana, one of the days we went out to lunch with Melissa's daughter Ashlyn and her husband Landon and Melissa's grandson Bradley, and we were sitting there eating, and I don't even know how the conversation come up, but I know I've asked somebody down there before the same question, and I said, do you know, you have any agates? And she looked at me, I was talking to Ashlyn, she looked at me like the deer in the headlights look, and then she kind of looked at Melissa, and to me that was like, is that his Yankee accent trying to say something? And I don't understand it. But it's weird, because up here in Minnesota we have tons of agates, and agates are, you can see the lines in there, just really pretty rocks, and once you get them polished up, they're just beautiful. They usually have some quartz in them here, and I also just get what I call cool rocks. This would still be an agate because it has lines in it, but just different rocks that I think will polish good. And when I'm at work, I do a lot of decks, and a lot of times there's, you know, the landscaping is done around the house, and they'll have like river rock down, and that's perfect. And every chance I get, I'll be looking down on the ground trying to find an agate or a cool rock. And even though I haven't polished for a long time, I keep them. I throw them in the little side compartment on my door of my truck, and then, you know, once a year or whatever, I'll clean them out, and then I just put them into these little jars. So I've got several here that are ready to be polished. When you're looking for the rocks, you can't always really see the lines. Like there's some right here, but you look for these brownish rocks that have these pits in them, and it's like, oh man, that's going to be one for sure. Let me get this one wet and a couple of these wet, and you'll be able to see the lines a little bit better. A good time to go check for these is right after it rains, like this one. I don't know if you can see the lines in there. There's a few right there. Some of them, like that one, are completely obvious. I mean, just beautiful rock. And some of them, like this one, this isn't really an agate, this is just a banded rock, but when you polish that, it should turn out really neat. And sometimes you think they're going to turn out really good, and they're horrible. But it's just so fun to try it. And this one has some really nice lines right here, and then this whole top dome is quartz. So, and this will all clean up and be nice and shiny. There again, you can see that, see how it's brown with the pits? Dead giveaway. I'm going to walk out here to the workshop. I do have a jar that has a few polished rocks in there. My dad likes to use them sometimes on some of his backwoods cabin furniture. If you guys remember, if you guys are subscribed to Joe and Zach Survival, last year my dad made that table, I think it was last year, for the backwoods cabin, that he had all that stuff laid into the top of the table, and then he did liquid glass over the top. He had some of these rocks that were in there. So like you can see, this one's polished up really nice. Some of them, they just never quite get as shiny. They're probably a different hardness than the other ones that were in with the tumble. But some of these are just, I doubt that I have any really neat agates in here, because they get kind of picked through, but just, Zachary and I used to we'd have our agates and we'd have cool rocks. And some of these are just cool rocks. Look at how shiny that one is. That's a nice one. Let's see, this one, that's a nice one too, if you can see that. Look at how shiny that one is. That's a nice rock. Okay everyone, well, thanks a lot for watching. I'm excited. I think this will be fun. It's been a long time and I had a really good time doing it, so we'll see you guys on the next video.